What if onboarding could not only transform your culture, but save your company hundreds of thousands of dollars? I'm Kelly Hearn, and that is what we're talking about today on Transitional Leadership, the channel that helps individuals and businesses implement leadership and career skill development to foster an even greater impact. And bringing new leaders into the organization the right way can save you six figures easily while improving your culture. And I want to tell you how. But first, did you know that 60% of new leaders fail within the first 24 months? We are going to spend some time today in this video talking about how you can become that successful 40%, how you can become the successful minority. But if you are already feeling the failure of new leaders and you want to know how to avoid that, then I want to send you over to the blog post this week because we're talking all about why new leaders fail in that blog post. So go ahead and click down in the link below to check that out. But today, in this video, I want to focus more on what you can be gaining from that 40%, what you can be gaining from those new leaders who can be successful in your organization and how to increase them, honestly. Because those leaders leaving, right? Those 60%, if they leave you, they are costing money and time in recruiting, hiring, onboarding, training. And that says nothing of if you need to have an increased salary or different benefits when you go to rehire. And if those failed managers stay, it's honestly even worse because they end up poisoning the culture that you have. So instead of losing them, instead of losing the one leader that could be costing you $100,000, now they could cost you your best employees, people reporting to them because of their terrible culture and leadership skills. They could cause even their peers to leave. If that manager, that failed manager, cost you just three people, it would cost your organization upwards of $350,000 conservatively. And if you could have that level of an actual ROI while improving your culture, is there anything that would stop you from doing it? Because with the right structure and support, you can use the resources that you already have a massive return on investment from your leader development and a collaborative and innovative culture. And leaders who actually buy in and use the resources that you know will make them that successful minority. So here's the truth. You've likely already done the heavy lifting. You built some amazing, useful processes and documents. If only people would understand just how necessary those processes were to their success. Meaning, what if you could stop answering the emails that are like, how do I XYZ that you have to just respond with, please see the link. There's an existing process for that. There's a PDF that tells you how to do that. You could actually get to the work that's been sitting on the corner of your desk, right? If only you weren't spending so much time justifying the need for what you already built. Now, ProSci, the leading expert in change, identified that there is no need to justify a change in behavior when they can feel the necessity around it, meaning they know it's required to get their work done, and you can just move past justifying why your resource is important and truly moving on to more important work. And having the time to build out that critical work is what you want, isn't it? So to get there, you need structure, the foundation that builds that necessity. Studies show effective leader development is a linchpin for organizational success, meaning taking that time to do it right will pay dividends in the long term. This is the ROI we're talking about, guys. I mean, you leading the charge, leading the change of the trajectory of that company. Talk about experience for you. Talk about a resume builder. Talk about a future promotion potentially. But it leads to significant positive impacts for the organization as well. A study done in February of this year found that foundational leadership development that's based on best practices and company values was needed before any strategies or tactics could be applied, meaning they need that foundation before you can start giving them all the tips and tricks on how to work with their teams better. Now, I know that work that entails a time commitment as well, and that's significant. And I understand. I want to put my time and energy into the projects that are going to pay off too. That is the exact reason why investing in your leaders and their foundation is so critical. We can't keep bleeding time and money on unsuccessful leaders that are influencing our teams. 70% of employee engagement is directly correlated to their supervisor. And that doesn't come from me, that comes from Gallup studies. When your leaders feel connected, engaged, successful in their roles, so do their employees. Every investment in your leader is an investment into every single direct report that they have. And the real value there is more proactive solutions from all of those employees, more satisfied customers that they're working with, and less fires that are coming across your desk, giving you the space to do all of that work that you've been putting off. Now, recently, I had an individual just casually mention to me that she was feeling really good about work. She couldn't really put her finger on why. She didn't know what changed, but she was just feeling more purposeful, more excited. She was getting excited to come in on Mondays. Now, she wasn't really sure what changed, but I was. I knew that her boss's boss was actually getting the development that he needed. So he was finally connected and leading in a way that was empowering his leaders, the ones who reported to him, and then they were in turn getting their staff more engaged and productive than they had ever been. And so it all just trickles down just that way. That's what can happen when you support and guide your leaders with a structure around the resources you have. You get the buy in, the excitement, the retention, and the necessity to lead well. Those all become the natural returns on that investment. Now, if you want to put that investment in yourself, if you are a leader listening to this saying, I don't have that where I work, but I know that I need this foundation for myself, then please click the link to check out the Ripple Effect workshop. You will learn the tactics and the mindsets to give you that foundation and build it intentionally. If you're in a position to invest in your leaders as a whole, then I want you to click the link to set up some time so that we can discuss where you're at today and where you would be able to take it. That 30-minute call could be the most impactful decision on people investment that you make today, honestly. We can get you in a position where you are improving culture and doing it with a fantastic ROI for your organization, where you get to be the hero that brought that about. So, if you learned anything today, please give it a like, give it a share. If there's someone out there that you know would benefit from either understanding this for themselves or is looking for a way to invest in their leaders within their organization, please share it directly with them. All right. I hope that you have a wonderful day and we will talk again soon.